All right, here's our video today, Ganymede, the true water world. And when we think of water worlds, obviously we think of Earth. We have liquid water. But there are other satellites out there that come to mind when we think of water that may be frozen underneath the surface, like Europa, always getting attention, and Cephalus. But Ganymede has more water than Earth. And we'll talk about that in this video. Ganymede, or Jupiter 3. Sometimes they call it Jupiter 3. Ganymede, of course, is the cupbearer to Zeus, to Jupiter, depending on if you're talking Roman or Greek mythology. Kind of a weird title, being cupbearer, but it was a title of honor, right? Pouring wine for Zeus. Anyway, let's talk about Ganymede, the largest and most massive moon in the solar system. It's bigger than Mercury. Let's look at a picture of that. So here's the difference between Ganymede and Mercury. The largest satellite. Of course, Titan, a moon of Saturn, is also bigger than Mercury. And the thing about Ganymede, another thing, is the only moon in the solar system to have its own magnetic field. And it has a very thin atmosphere. And the interesting about it, it has an oxygen atmosphere, a very thin atmosphere of oxygen. So we wouldn't be able to breathe on Ganymede. In fact, the pressure is so low, we wouldn't be able to walk around Ganymede without a spacesuit. So if we took off our spacesuit, the pressure is so low that our blood will boil. And we'll freeze to death also because Ganymede's cold. Let's write some temperatures down. Use red, why not? Put it right here. Ganymede probably gets to 90 Kelvin on a good day. 90 Kelvin is about a negative 297 Fahrenheit. So we can get it to that, and maybe sometimes it gets warmer to negative 171. So you'll freeze to death on Ganymede. All right, so we did say that it has water. Let's clarify that. No, there's no liquid water on the surface. As far as we know, there's only liquid water on Earth on the surface. We know Titan has a liquid flowing on its surface, although it's liquid methane, it's not water. Ganymede, like Europa, has a liquid ocean, a saltwater ocean, but deep under its surface. So its surface itself is made of a crust and ice. But if you go 95 miles down into Ganymede, or roughly around that, you can hit a salty ocean. And that ocean under Ganymede has more water than Earth. It has more water than any satellite, any planet in our solar system so far. And here's another comparison. See, it's bigger than Mercury. It's almost, well, it's not that much smaller than Mars. So it's the king of the moons. It's the king of the satellites. And we can also say it's the king of the watery worlds. It has more water than Earth. It has more liquid water under its surface than Earth. And that's how Jupiter would look from your Ganymede. Actually, it does have a thin atmosphere, so I mean this would be a nighttime showing, and even at night it would be very bright. I mean Jupiter. Just imagine our sun. If our sun looked 14 times bigger in our sky, that's how Jupiter would look on Europa. So Europa would be bright because of Jupiter. It would be. Think about a full moon. How a full moon makes it bright. Think of that giant Jupiter just right in the horizon there. That would make Europa a pretty bright place. So I said before that we would have to dig about 95 miles, which is an enormous feat. But if we were able to dig down that far, we would hit an ocean. And the ocean on Ganymede should be about 60 miles or 100 kilometers thick. That's 10 times deeper than anything on the Earth's ocean. So Ganymede, again, just to review, the king of the moons, the largest satellite in the solar system, larger than Mercury. It's also the king of the water worlds, and it has the only moon that has a magnetic field. This cupbearer has gone a long way. All right, that's our video today.